Meghan Markle's shocking humiliation in Geneva finally proves that she has just gone mad. I mean, this was the moment, Nancy Sidley pointed it out, this was the moment, the major defeat on her face when she realized that no one had bothered to show up for what was a catastrophic speech, a hypocritical speech, a speech which blows out of the water.
Meghan walks into plenty of high-profile rooms with cameras watching her every move, but here are 15 moments when the attention did not seem to go the way she expected. And do not skip number 10, because that moment was not simply awkward, it was seriously brutal to watch. Over the weekend, just a few days after her birthday, Meghan and Harry traveled to Canada for a David Foster Foundation event. It was the foundation's 40th anniversary gala, giving the couple a chance to join the celebration while also stepping in front of the cameras on the red carpet. Then David Foster came walking down from the other side of the room, and suddenly there was an opportunity for a group photo. As Foster approached, Meghan appeared to stretch out her arm, as if directing where people should stand. But Foster did not seem to react at all. He simply continued walking, past her, and took his position for the photograph. Looking closely at Meghan's expression afterward, some viewers interpreted it as clear irritation. Whether that was really what she felt is impossible to know, but visually, the exchange looked cold, and social media had plenty to say about it. Another uncomfortable moment came when Meghan attended a tennis match where Serena Williams was competing, with Serena's mother also there supporting her daughter. Meghan appeared to try to interact with Serena's mother, perhaps hoping for a friendly exchange between two people connected to Serena.
Meghan feels hurt by a lot of people, but especially her neighbors. She said it was hard for her to make this move and have all the eyes of the world on her, and she's upset that her neighbors didn't try harder to become her friend, which we've heard stories of people trying to and then being shushed away by security.
Instead, Serena's mother remained focused elsewhere and barely appeared to engage. The cameras made the whole thing look painfully one-sided. Meghan seemed ready for conversation, while Serena's mother appeared completely locked into the match. Whatever the actual reason, viewers quickly turned the footage into another viral snub moment. It showed how even a few seconds of body language can become a whole controversy when every move is being recorded. Then there was the famous Bondi Beach moment during Meghan and Harry's Australia tour. Reporters and photographers crowded around the couple, trying to capture every possible angle as they walked along the beach. Yet one young woman nearby was simply sunbathing and enjoying herself, and she did not appear bothered by the royal commotion at all. Instead of jumping up, staring, or joining the crowd, she stayed exactly where she was. Meghan and Harry walked right past while the woman continued relaxing as though nothing unusual was happening. The contrast was hilarious. Cameras everywhere, security moving around, people watching, and one woman basically saying with her body language, "Not my problem." That level of chill quickly became part of the story. Back in 2014, Meghan was not yet a working royal and was still building her profile in entertainment. During a Christmas event, she appeared on stage alongside celebrities, including Rob Riggle and Kelly Pickler for a performance of White Christmas. But when the group gathered together, Meghan seemed strangely separated from some of the others. The spacing on stage caught people's attention because there appeared to be a noticeable gap around her. Some online viewers later treated that distance like a deliberate message, although a stage arrangement alone cannot prove what anyone was thinking. Still, once the footage resurfaced, people were quick to call it another awkward Meghan moment, and the optics were definitely rough.
We found out that Taylor Swift turned down Meghan Markle for the Archetypes podcast. I believe Vanity Fair told us that Beyonce turned down Meghan Markle for, was it Archetypes too?
Another clip often shared online shows Meghan delivering remarks outdoors in Switzerland. Chairs had been arranged for the event, but footage from the scene appeared to show plenty of empty seats, while people continued walking through the surrounding area. That was enough for critics to go wild. People could be seen passing by while Meghan continued speaking, creating the impression that the presentation was struggling to hold the wider crowd's attention. Online commentary turned the scene into a savage joke, with viewers imagining passersby thinking, "Who is this?" and "Where is she from?" Of course, a short clip cannot tell us how many people attended the full event, but the visual of Meghan speaking near empty chairs was undeniably awkward. Then came another talked about interaction involving Kristen Scott Thomas during Paris Fashion Week. Meghan appeared to approach her and seemed ready for a conversation, but Kristen did not immediately respond in the way Meghan apparently anticipated. For critics watching closely, that tiny interaction was enough to trigger another round of "she got ignored" claims. Meghan then turned towards someone beside her and continued interacting, which may have been completely normal. But once a camera captures an awkward second, the internet rarely lets it slide. Critics replayed the footage again and again, turning a brief social interaction into another supposed rejection. Whether intentional or not, the moment certainly did not look smooth. One of the most heavily discussed moments happened after Queen Elizabeth II's death. Prince William, Catherine, Harry, and Meghan walked outside Windsor Castle to view tributes and greet mourners who had gathered to honor the late Queen.
But it's been revealed that Meghan Markle actually invited herself to this Paris Fashion Week show earlier this month. Now, the Balenciaga designer has claimed that she reached out and she said she would love to come to the show. I mean, Andrew, reading this, it does not surprise me.
It was already an emotional and highly scrutinized appearance, meaning every handshake, expression, and movement was being watched. As the group moved along the crowd, Meghan shook hands and also hugged some mourners. Then she approached one woman standing behind the barrier, holding firmly onto the rail. Unlike some people nearby, this woman did not appear overwhelmed by Meghan's presence, and the interaction was about to become another moment that online viewers would dissect frame by frame. When Meghan got close to the rail, she appeared ready for a warm reaction, maybe a smile, a handshake, or at least some acknowledgement. Instead, the woman barely seemed interested. She remained reserved, creating an incredibly awkward moment that critics immediately labeled a massive snub. Meghan kept moving and acted as though nothing unusual had happened, but the cameras had already captured the uncomfortable exchange. Then came Kris Jenner's 75th birthday party, where the guest list was packed with major celebrities. Meghan and Harry attended the star-studded celebration and appeared in photographs alongside Kris Jenner and members of her famous family. For Meghan, it was another night surrounded by some of Hollywood's biggest names, but what happened afterward had people talking. Photos from the party were posted online, and Meghan and Harry initially appeared in some of them, but those particular images were later removed from Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian's social media profiles. The disappearing photos immediately sparked speculation about why they had been taken down. There could have been several reasons behind the decision, but critics wasted no time calling it another Sussex snub. And the awkward stories do not stop there. Reports and commentary over the years have claimed that Meghan and Harry have not always been deeply involved in the Montecito community. Some neighbors have reportedly complained about the media attention surrounding the couple, while others have painted a different picture. Still, critics have used those stories to argue that the Sussexes have struggled to build close relationships with people around them. Living in Montecito means living among celebrities and wealthy residents who usually value one thing above almost everything else: privacy. With photographers and media interest following Harry and Meghan, some locals have reportedly found the extra attention frustrating. Whether that translates into neighbors deliberately ignoring them is another question, but the claims have certainly added another messy chapter to the public conversation. Then came that infamous microphone moment at Kevin Costner's charity event. Meghan and Harry were invited on stage as part of the presentation. Meghan confidently walked forward with Harry behind her and approached a woman holding a microphone. Meghan reached toward it, but the woman did not hand it over. For a few seconds, the interaction looked painfully awkward. Critics described it as Meghan trying to grab the microphone, although the footage itself does not establish what either woman intended. Meghan quickly moved on, while the microphone stayed with the host. Whatever was actually happening, the optics were savage, and the clip spread rapidly online. Then there was Meghan's podcast era. Reports said Taylor Swift was invited to appear on Archetypes, but declined the invitation. Beyoncé was also frequently connected to Meghan in celebrity coverage, although claims about specific podcast arrangements should be treated carefully unless confirmed. Either way, landing superstar guests of that level would have been huge, and their absence gave critics another opening. At another public event, cameras caught a man greeting Harry with a handshake and then greeting another person nearby while apparently skipping Meghan. Meghan seemed to prepare her hand for the greeting before realizing it was not coming. She quickly pulled back and carried on. It lasted only seconds, but online viewers replayed the clip like it was the social snub Olympics. And then Harry himself became part of another viral moment. At an awards event, Harry stood up to head toward the stage, while Meghan appeared to reach for his hand. Harry continued moving, and Meghan quickly transitioned into clapping. Critics instantly interpreted the exchange as Harry rejecting her attempt to accompany him, although a brief clip cannot tell us exactly what either person intended. Still, the timing was rough. One second, Meghan appeared ready to move with Harry, and the next she was staying behind and applauding. The internet caught every frame, and another supposed snub was born. Then there was the moment involving Alexis Ohanian, Serena Williams' husband. Meghan approached him and greeted him warmly, including a hug, but her position appeared to block the view of people behind her. Members of the audience could be heard reacting, and attention quickly shifted from the greeting to the disruption. Meghan eventually moved away with Harry, but the footage had already become another talking point. Critics claimed the crowd had essentially told her to move, while supporters argued that an ordinary interaction was being blown way out of proportion. Either way, getting called out while cameras are rolling is never a clean look. And finally, we have Paris Fashion Week and Meghan's appearance at the Balenciaga show. Her dramatic walk generated plenty of online commentary, with critics comparing it to something straight out of Zoolander. But an even bigger controversy centered on claims about how she ended up at the event in the first place. Some reports and online commentators allege that Meghan was not originally invited and instead reached out about attending. That claim has been heavily repeated, but it should not be treated as proven without reliable confirmation. What we do know is that her appearance created a storm of reactions, proving once again that practically every public move Meghan makes gets analyzed, replayed, and debated from every possible angle. Now I want to know what you think. Were these genuine snubs, simple misunderstandings caught at terrible moments, or has the internet turned ordinary interactions into something much bigger than they really were? Drop your comments down below and tell me which moment you thought was the most awkward. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who will enjoy the drama. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.